think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now? Man, I'm sipping on this Long Island. Just wishing I was somewhere laying on an island. I'm feeling good rolling through the hood. My city loving me just like I knew they would. It took some time, but now I'm on top. I'm steady making moves cause I can't stop. So when you see me, give me my prop. Before I say the word and your career stop. Now every day is like a celebration. Remind me of the hard times we was facing. When I was young, I always had this dream to make it big and be up on a winning team. I get respect from everywhere I go. From 70 up top to 85 below. Now pop a bottle of some Martell. Now sit back and watch how my ship sails. I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now? I roll around feeling like a champ. I'm validated, so I don't need a stamp. I'm working hard trying to reach my goals, but haters telling me that I was too old. But Kelly Ray said make your daddy proud. Now represent, cause you his only child. So now I'm focused, pedal to the metal, switching lanes, doing things, about to reach my highest level. I'm thanking God cause he knew my plan. I put my trust in him, I never trust a man. I got respect for everybody grinding. Shout out to OG Rip, this was perfect timing. What up, homie? So put your bottles up and take a sip. Now grab a mic, let's show them how to make a hit. I'm finally playing on your local station. I guess I made it big, it's a celebration. I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now?
Look, let's start it. I'm way too cool. I wish I would've known that when I was in school. Lack of confidence that kept me back. 4 years later, oh, I definitely got that. 2 cars, a house, and a beautiful wife. To me, these are my successes in life. Been working for my company for 7 years. Promotion every 2, yeah, real stunting's here. Check me in the city, it ain't hard to find me. Volunteer events, won't you join in the grind? Make the world better, that's my goal. I really am kind, check my soul. What's my name? I'm Dario. Shout out Juicy J, I borrowed the flow. Wanna change the world? Ask me how. Come with me, let's get big now.
I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. Man, y'all gon' love me when y'all hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how you like me now? I think I'm big now. I think I'm about to shut the whole city down. And they gon' love me when they hear the sound. I'm about to make it big, so how y'all like me now?
Like, man, look here, man. Look here, bro. I'm really enjoying what you doing, bro. I mean, you know, I don't care about the $5. I mean, not really. I mean, I do, but I just want to hang out with you, man. You know, just take this journey with you, man. You know, all over the world, man. You know, you really doing your thing, man. And I'm so proud, man. You know, so proud, man. Can I get like $2.50? Nah, I'm just saying. $1.50? Come on, man. Let's go, man. I'm out of here, man. All right, Black Belt.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Radio Dario, episode 13. As you can see, we got a guest with us today. Let me introduce you guys to Moody Machiavelli Shakir, or in other words, I call him Moody Mac. What's going on, Moody?
Hello, Radio Dario. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Excited to have you on this week's episode. As you guys can see, our topics for today, we got first quarter Chiefs, second quarter game picks, third quarter Celtics, fourth quarter we're going to talk about some WWE, and then of course the overtime topic, can we talk about it? So
with that, just want to remind you guys of how it works. There's 4 quarters. We get 5 minutes per topic to talk about those topics. With the guests, it's still only 5 minutes. So we got to battle against that clock. For anything that I got right from last week in my predictions, I get points for that. Anything I got wrong, that's a point to the away team. And then also with the game picks, we get points for every game pick we got right, point to the away team for every game pick we got wrong. And for this, we're going to continue to do that the same way. So as we get ready to go, anybody, can I get somebody to just comment in the chat for me and let me know that audio is okay? Can you guys hear us okay? Anybody in the chat, post something for me. Let me know you guys can hear us okay. All right, we got our first comment. You better air them out. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. What's up, Moody? You got somebody commenting to you, Moody?
Hello, Larry.
Perfect. Yo. Yes, sir. Okay, right on. So let's go ahead and get this first quarter started, everybody. Moody, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead and get this clock started. And we are jumping into it. So, first quarter topic here, we have our takeaways from the Chiefs game. As you guys remember last week, I said we need to run the ball and pressure the quarterback. We ran the ball, didn't get that much pressure on the quarterback, but running the ball, we averaged 5.7 yards per carry for Pacheco and 5 yards per carry for Jerick McKinnon. He also had some short yardage passes that went for 8 yards at an attempt. So, as you guys remember, my takeaway was run the ball. I honestly feel like we should have ran it more. With Pacheco averaging 5.7 yards per carry, he had 15 carries. With Jerick McKinnon averaging 5.5 yards per carry, he had 10 carries. I feel like we should have controlled the pace of the game a lot more and held on to the possessions a little bit longer, and it could have turned out to be more successful for us overall. I see, Moody, let's talk about your takeaway.
Well, I just want to talk about how if Isaiah Pacheco is the guy. The fumble happened, but it's his 4th fumble of the season. And he always seems to get truck sticked or tackled at the feet for someone with quick feet. He can't make anyone miss in space. I do like his energy. I just don't know if he could be the every down back that we seem to have given him that position.
So are you saying he's not a starting running back? Or what are you trying to say?
I would say he's not a starting running back, no, but maybe more of a complement back.
Yo, okay. As we got some more people coming in, we got Bush jumping in saying, what's up, fellas? So, you're saying Pacheco is more of a compliment back, not an every down back.
Right. And you see that blitz pickup he missed, and Mahomes took a
shot? Yeah, he definitely did miss a blitz pickup. But if we're being honest about that game, we had a lot of mistakes out there. We had so many penalty flags that was thrown out there. Yeah, too many. Looked like we weren't ready to play. Let's talk about our keys to victory versus the Seahawks, because we also battling the time here. We'll try to acknowledge anything that's going on that pops up. But keys to victory. My keys to victory this week against the Seahawks, much like the Texans, is run the ball. So I told you last week the Texans were dead last in stopping the run. So we had to exploit that. And you even saw Pacheco averaging 5.7 yards per carry, McKinnon averaging 5.5 yards per carry. I think you're going to experience something very similar this week against the Seahawks, because they are second to last in stopping the run. So again, I stay with the same keys. Run the football. My tell time's in, going back to Isaiah Pacheco saying that's just youth showing. What about you? And then he also said, let him eat and he'll learn. So that's what I want to see this week. I want to see him continue to eat, because he averaged damn near 6 yards per carry. What about you, Moody? What do you think are the keys to victory this week?
I would say stop DK Metcalf. Our secondary is very suspect with a bunch of young players.
Yeah.
And if he gets over the top, the safety help is not there, ever.
Yeah, our safety help definitely isn't there. I mean, I was talking to somebody earlier today about this. We complained so much about Daniel Sorensen and how Juan Thornhill couldn't beat out Daniel Sorensen, but now you kind of like, oh, okay, he's okay. Actually, I think one of our viewers on here is who I had the conversation with earlier.
Okay.
But yeah,
if they put anyone other than Trent McDuffie on DK Metcalf, it's a wrap.
You think so? So you don't. What about L'Jarius Sneed?
L'Jarius Sneed, he'll just get a flag thrown on him for holding or something.
See, I like L'Jarius Sneed. I think that's the matchup you go with is L'Jarius Sneed on DK Metcalf because he's a lot taller corner, built a little bit bigger than Trent McDuffie is, and I mean we saw last week DK Metcalf struggled with Charvarius Ward, and where was that at when he was playing with us?
I agree. I guess the money was talking for him.
What's good, nephew? What's going on? But yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm with you on that. We do gotta definitely stop DK Metcalf. Geno Smith is sixth in passing this year. I mean, a lot of people kept saying don't sleep on Geno, but I'm still not a believer. He's still Geno Smith to me.
Pass rush on his old team, that'll be nice.
Yeah, Frank Clark, man. Hey, I gotta give Frank Clark some love. I give him a lot of flack, but he caused that fumble to help us win that game last week. All right, let's jump back in here. Second topic, we're gonna go into some game picks. But before we go into those game picks, I'm gonna give myself a point for getting the keys to victory right on rushing the ball. We were able to identify a really good, solid run attack, and I want to see more of it next week. So we're going to give a point to that. We didn't get much of a pass rush, and we're still able to win the game. So I'm going to give a point to the away team for that, for the pass rush still not being there, and it wasn't keys to our victory. So going into the second quarter, we have game picks. Let's cue up the time. Let's see, we got a new comment in here. DK about to eat. Hey, the way our corner's been playing this year, it sure look like it. It sure look like he about to eat. So let's go ahead and get this time going. Second quarter started. Let's go ahead and go over the game picks from last week. Last week we finished 3-1 with the game picks. Got San Francisco versus Seahawks correct. Miami versus Buffalo got that correct, which that game came down towards that last drive. Buffalo was able to maintain the ball and just seal the victory. A little disappointed with the Washington Giants game. Washington ended up losing. But Green Bay, Los Angeles Rams, come on. I wasn't a believer in Baker. This is the guy that just got benched on the Panthers for, what was the third string quarterback? But yeah, Green Bay took the dub, so we got 3 points there, one loss. So that's 1 point to the away team. So let's go ahead and get our points in there. 9-5. But let's talk about the game picks this week. As you can see, we got Thursday night game. Jacksonville versus New York Jets. I went ahead, as Nick Wright would say, the prince that was promised. I went ahead and chose the prince that was promised here, picking Jacksonville to beat the New York Jets. For Oakland versus Pittsburgh, is bad as I want to pick Oakland because I think they got more, like their quarterback is better than Mitchell Trubisky, and you would think it would be a no-brainer for me to pick the Raiders because Josh Jacobs is having a good year, Devontae Adams is doing some great things, but the Raiders have squandered so many games early on in the season, and they're coming on late, able to get a dub against New England. How about that? That was ridiculous how they lost on a lateral New England and just gave the game away. But I'm still going with the Steelers because I don't believe in the Raiders. Last time I picked them, they embarrassed me. So going with the Steelers to win that game. Mitchell Trubisky, I don't think he's going to turn the ball over or anything like that. Play it safe and do some great things. For Tampa Bay versus the Cardinals, Kyler Murray with that ACL injury. The Cardinals have been done even with Kyler Murray for a long time. So, and I don't like picking against Tom Brady, even with him having the year that he's having so far. So I'm going with the Buccaneers to beat the Cardinals, and then to end it off, Los Angeles Chargers versus the Colts. So this is the third time now on Radio Dario that we've brung up Jeff Saturday's name. Yes, I said it. Can we talk about the game that happened last week? They were up 33-0 against the Vikings. 33-0. I was like, this is done. I give Jeff Saturday some credit this week. I gotta give him some credit this week. And then I turned back. I'm like, okay, they went down and scored. Vikings scored. I turned back. What is going on? And you continue to see the updates coming in. And they lost. They lost after being up 33-0. Where you do that at? Where does that happen at? I mean, now you have Matt Ryan, like I said last week. I was like, I wouldn't touch Matt Ryan with a 10-foot pole if I was the 49ers, while I was hearing reports that they were saying, cut Matt Ryan and get him on the 49ers. No, I live with Brock Purdy because Matt Ryan has now been in the biggest comeback in a Super Bowl game, and now he's also been in the biggest comeback in a regular season game. Like, what? Come on now. Looks like we got fighting Jeff Saturdays to you, sir. Man. So yeah, there's no way I'm picking the Colts. So that's why I'm going with the Chargers this week. What do you think, Moody? What do you think about them game picks?
I agree with all of them except the Tampa Bay versus Arizona game.
Okay.
That second Tampa Bay is decimated, and Colt McCoy and DeAndre Hopkins gonna have a heck of a day.
You think so? You believe in Colt McCoy?
450 yards. Easy.
This is the Colt McCoy that everybody talked about as the second best quarterback in the draft with Sam Bradford. And Sam Bradford ain't in the league no more. Like,
he's not.
Colt McCoy is. I mean, I heard some things about he's the leadership and everything like that. I don't believe in it. But if you say him, DeAndre Hopkins, gonna do that, I gotta see it to believe it.
Who doesn't want to play up against?
Everybody wants to try to show up against Brady, but I mean, even though they lost to the Bengals last week, I did see some progress there in their offense. Mike Evans was definitely catching a lot of more balls, being more physical out there, and there was just more energy out there on the field. So I feel like the Buccaneers are about to start hitting their stride at the right time of the year, and it's crazy that they're in a down year for Tom Brady, and they're going to make the playoffs, and even with that, that's scary. Yep, I hit the wrong button. All right, so going over to topic number 3, third quarter. So let's reset that timer.
Played Orlando on back-to-back games. One with Jason Tatum, one without. They lost both.
How can you be overrated and make the finals? That's not computing with me, Moody.
But what is the expectation? To win the finals?
Yeah, that is the expectation to win the finals, but like the expectation is for them to get back to the finals. If they get back to the finals, I think they met expectations.
But they took 7 games to beat the Bucks without Chris Middleton last year.
Yeah. So but you said they may make the finals. So are you saying they're not going to make the finals?
Yes.
Look, I'm going to tell you like this. I like the Celtics a lot. I'm a big fan of Jaylen Brown. I'm a fan of Jason Tatum. I think Robert Williams, when he's in that lineup, they play different. You got Marcus Smart that is very active on the defensive side. They got Malcolm Brogdon this year. I mean, they have a really, really solid team that I think they've added some players that I think can make a difference. The only thing that concerns me is that Udoka, their head coach, is no longer with them. That's the only thing that concerns me a little bit, but you have rough patches throughout the season. So I don't think they're overrated. I think they're gonna have a good season and have a good time. But now, if you ask me, do I think they're gonna make the finals? No, I don't think they're gonna make the finals either. I think the Nets are gonna. I think the Nets are gonna be in the finals.
The Nets.
The Nets.
Oh, okay.
But what was you saying about their interim coach?
Doesn't seem to make any adjustments during halftime or third quarter. Just I'm gonna stick with this same game plan, see if it works.
Yeah, well,
you got 1-4 of their last, and the game they won, Jason Tatum had to go off to come back against the Lakers.
I mean, LeBron's still on the Lakers.
I mean, but he went off to come back against the Lakers. What?
Well, I will say, I don't think they're overrated. Not at this moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. But I don't think they're overrated at this point. I just think they run into a rough patch, and it's still fairly early on in the season. You know, basketball really don't start until Christmas, when you have those Christmas Day games. In fact, who plays on Christmas?
I think the Celtics play the Bucks on Christmas.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game. I'm really excited to see Giannis, because Giannis is having a great season this year again too. I always wondered this: why don't players in the league respect Giannis? What do you think about that?
I think it's because he's not very flashy.
Yeah, I mean he's dominant. He gets to the rim, he dunks it. And it's very simple. His game is very simple that way. But it seems like, you know, your James Hardens of the world. I mean, I've heard Jordan Poole make comments about him. I mean, the most recent thing with Montrezl Harrell doesn't respect him. It just seems like the players don't give Giannis the same respect. And to me, Giannis is the best player in the league, easily.
I agree. Maybe because he's from a different country.
Yeah, but we've had players from other. I mean, Luka gets respect.
Not from Montrezl Harrell.
Montrezl Harrell is the exception to the rule, huh? Patrick Beverly. Yeah. We earlier on in the season we talked about Patrick Beverly and how he won't be mentioned that much because he's kind of delusional in his expectation. Like earlier on, he was like, "Yeah, LeBron's coming. They're playing with me. I made the playoffs last year. They didn't." So that comment still gets me. But
and he told 6 years the league will be mine or something like that.
yeah, and they the same age. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of delusional. But yeah, no, I don't believe the Celtics are overrated at this point. I do feel like they've run into a rough part of their season. There's so many good teams in the NBA right now, which makes it fun. You think about all we were mainly talking about East Coast teams today. Like, there's so much talent out west and so much youth, and they run the floor. But yeah, I don't think they're overrated. All right, so next topic, fourth quarter topic, is going to be WWE. Let's go here. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's go ahead and start that timer. All right, so what are your thoughts? Oh, I didn't even change this. See? Technical difficulty. We missed this. But, so really what my topic for right here is, actually, let's just, what's going on in the WNBA, WWE right now? Because I'm not up to date on wrestling. I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. I know you watch some wrestling, so I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on what's going on and kind of try to convince me to start watching wrestling again. But I do see Martel just commented and said they getting Robert back. He's an athletic freak and plays great defense, which is what I was saying. They're a different team with Robert Williams, so I don't think they're overrated. I think they're exactly what I expect them to be, and they'll be in the Eastern Conference Final. But tell us a little bit more about what's going on in the WWE, Moody, and why I should start watching wrestling again.
Right now, the storyline with the Bloodline, consisting of Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn, is gold. Because there's an inevitable turn that's going to happen from Sami Zayn, whether he turns on the Bloodline first or they turn on him first. And now they're going against Sami Zayn's friend, Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And Sami Zayn about it, but he sided with the Bloodline in Survivor Series. But you know, he still seems kind of torn about it because him and Kevin go way back.
Yeah.
And so on December 30th, SmackDown on Friday, there's going to be Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns against Kevin Owens, and John Cena's coming back for that day.
Really?
Yeah, so I know it's going to be some type of crazy storyline stuff happening. I don't know if they're going to finally turn, Sami's going to turn or not, or Bloodline's going to turn on him. It's just going to be very interesting to see, and I'm excited about it.
So Roman Reigns, I've heard that name before. He's related to The Rock, right? Or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know his relation to The Rock?
I believe they're cousins.
Okay. Are the Usos related as well, or?
Yes. So the Usos and Solo Sikoa are actually Rikishi's sons.
Oh, really? I remember
Yeah.
Rikishi.
Yeah, and he's also related to The Rock and Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Usos,
Yeah.
the Usos, there's more than one, right? There's two of them, or?
Yeah, the twins, the brothers.
Oh, okay. Are they big like Rikishi?
No, they're more slim.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, huh?
Solo Sikoa, his other son, he has a little size to him.
Is he in the WWE as well?
Yes.
There's a lot going on. I heard the Rock's daughter was wrestling.
Yeah, she's on NXT on Tuesdays right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's gonna call them up to the bloodline. Maybe because they need a female in that group eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. So the bloodline, are they like considered the heels?
Yes.
Okay. Well, shoot.
Roman, the heavyweight titles.
How do he has that what?
He's the undisputed Universal Champion. He has both belts. And the Usos have both tag team belts. So they're the undisputed unified tag team.
So they just OP. They overpowered.
Yes.
I might try to give it a watch. For the, you said the 30th, December 30th.
It's a week from this Friday.
What time does that come on?
7:00 Eastern. Or Central, 7:00 Central.
7:00 Central. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give that a watch. Roman Reigns, see what's going on with this whole bloodline storyline. I can tell you some highlights. From when I was younger. It was Mankind or Nick Foley, whatever one you wanted to call him. Yeah. It was The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, X Factor. Shoot, was that his name? X Factor?
It was X-Pac.
X-Pac. And he did the X Factor. Okay, yeah. And then what was their little group called? DX? Yeah. They had some good storylines back then. And then there was like the Hardy Boys and Christian and Edge and there was a lot going on. So
it was gold back then.
Yeah, but it sounds like they building up some storylines, so it might be time for me to jump in and start watching wrestling again. All right. So, final topic, overtime topic. Can we talk about it? I'm gonna go ahead and remove my Tails comment because it's kind of long, taking up a lot of space. Let's see here. We're gonna go back to give him some pub. Yo. All right, so for the overtime topic today, our overtime topic is, can we talk about my son doesn't talk, but he communicates? So, give you an example. My son does not he doesn't walk around and start formulating. He says little one-offs like eat or open or he doesn't. He says red, 1, 4. He mixes in a little bit here and there, mama, dada, stuff like that. But he doesn't really talk. But he finds odd ways to communicate. He'll he doesn't tell you he's hungry. He'll just go in the kitchen and grab stuff out the cabinet, off the table, and bring it to you and open. And you open it up for him. He doesn't tell you he's thirsty. He'll go grab a water bottle or his bottle, bring it at you, shake it, throw it at you, something to let you know that, hey, I'm thirsty. Fix it. So I think the reason why he's not communicating for real yet is because he never really had the necessity to have to. He can just go ugh, and shake his water bottle and knows we're gonna do something about it. I know you have a son close to my son's age. How about your son? Is he talking in full sentences?
No, he's not. He's very similar to your son. where he'll take you and show you what he wants or come and bring it to you. But he'll say his alphabet, but he's not saying full sentences yet. Like I'm hungry.
Yeah.
He can get his point across in other ways.
Yeah. I got a comment. He can throw them hands. And I have somebody that commented back on our last topic, bruh, you better let him rock because no, this is, I was thinking The Rock. He said, bruh, you better let him rock because when he start talking, you're gonna want it back the other way. So
but maybe they'll become chatterboxes because they're not talking much now.
Now this is a comment towards our last topic. Can you still do The Rock with your eyebrow? Can you do the what it used to be the
people's eyebrow?
Yeah, the people's eyebrow. Can you do the people's eyebrow? Let me see if I can do it. He used to, man. The Rock had so much that he had people coming through, and Montel said he can move furniture. But yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Yeah, my son he doesn't talk for real at all. He just open, eat, and just does whatever he wants. And I think that's impacting potty training because the other morning we had set him on the potty to use the potty, turned our heads for a second, and next thing you know, he's standing up peeing on the floor. And you was just on the potty. Like, what are you doing? You had it down pack as a kid. Yeah, see, I picked up quick. I think I was potty trained at like 8 months. Also, I don't think I was ever little. It's not weird, fam. That's normal. Hey, yeah, it's just I'm getting used to it. But, you know, it's nice to hear that your son is kind of going through the same thing. So I know he's not too abnormal, but he finding ways to communicate, doing whatever he can.
My son definitely understands.
He just chooses to do otherwise.
Right.
What you Moody, last week we talked about gifts. What are you doing? What kind of gifts you getting your kids this Christmas? Or are they nearby? I don't want you. What did they ask for Santa for Christmas?
They didn't really ask for anything, but some shoes. I'm gonna just do Zelle and Cash App.
Hey. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We got another comment. Don't sweat it. First and only kid. He had all your attention. He isn't using full sentences because he didn't have to. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. He's not doing it out of necessity. Like, there's no reason for him to talk because he gets what he wants just by doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, that is it for Radio Dario this week. I appreciate everybody participating in the chat and tuning in. We will see you guys next week, Tuesdays at 7:30. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful night and see you next week.